morning, and welcome to Midnight Convos podcast with your girl Tiffany Nicole, aka your queen to be. Got my boy, the Sarge's in the building.
It's like a fit.
Hey Jax, how are you?
I'm here, baby.
How you feeling?
We chilling.
It's been 3 weeks, you know that?
It has been. It has been,
and
I miss the shit, yo.
We always miss it.
Where'd you go?
Man,
it's just a lot of different holiday. He
issues
had to go
with
somewhere.
The family, you know,
sickness. Shit happen.
That's
it's whole life.
But as long as we come back like Transformers, we good, right?
But I'm looking this way.
Yeah.
King Chuck. We love you, brother. King Chuck is not in the building. He's working. It's just his schedule. So tonight we got a special guest. Shalizi's in the building.
What up?
How you feeling?
Feeling fine. Thank you guys for having me.
No thank you for coming through. I want to tell you because I was playing Ajax Freedom, and I know you have a new EP, Halal Music, and we're going to talk about that.
Halal Music.
This is a true story. This is why I wanted to have you on.
Okay.
I don't know. I guess I found you on Instagram. I started following you, and I saw your clips of your video.
Right.
So I saw the Freedom piece, and I was like, all right, I got Tidal. Let me see if he's on there. And Freedom was on there.
Wow.
So I played it, and I put it on repeat. And I said, babe, you gotta hear this song. I could not stop playing the song for like a week straight.
Wow.
And like when I connect with a song, I'm like, yo, we gotta get this dude on. We gotta get this on. We gotta get him on. At least have you as the song of the week. And then when I was like, let's try to make this happen with you coming on, it was even better because I was just hoping you say, okay, we can use your song of the week, and I would have been good. But to have you on is even better. But like Freedom.
Then she put me on. I'm like, okay. Because the thing is, once we know we got somebody coming, I like to do homework and see who we're dealing with and stuff like that. So I saw a couple of clips of a couple of joints that you had, but Instagram doesn't really give you the whole spiel.
Yeah.
But when she told me about Freedom, I went on YouTube and looked at her. I'm like, okay, you know what? That's a serious joint.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
So you did a good job on that one.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to make a record that I felt like was really prevalent to our times and what we were going through, and me being a minority and things, like how from my angle how it affected me, and try to bring it all around for all of us who going through it.
That's dope. That's dope. Man. We appreciate that.
Thank you.
Very good song. Well made song. So we're going to get into what you got going on. We're going to talk about your musical endeavors, what's going on as far as shows and things of that nature, how you started. But before we do that, we get into our shenanigans. We're going to start our shenanigans with our Bae of the Week. So every week we pick someone that we're crushing on, someone that we wouldn't mind a one-nighter with.
Other, you know that, right?
You can't pick wifey.
Listen.
Safety out the way.
Yes. So, since you are our guest, who is your Bae of the Week?
Ma'am, I'm going to have to go with my go-to, and I'm going to have to go with Riri.
Rihanna.
Hey, that's a good go-to.
I'm sorry if that was a safe pick, but...
That's not a safe pick.
It is what it
can't
is.
go wrong with Riri.
But Riri got a lot of bodies, allegedly.
I mean...
Allegedly.
You may like it, doesn't mean you want it,
But doesn't that taint it, like...
But at least,
she's a good pick. I'm not disagreeing.
She's a very good pick. But, hey, bodies or not, it's still something, a body that you may want to... Body. So, hey...
Okay.
Everybody got bodies.
We do. Some people got a long list.
Not too much, though, but...
I'm just saying.
But Riri, she's working on some new music, so be on the lookout for that. Ajax, Sarge, who is your Bae of the Week?
I'm going to go with Sanaa Lathan.
Ooh.
I kind of had a glimpse of Nappily Ever After.
Yes, because she cut her hair.
Right, cut the hair. It's like the whole movement of empowerment. So I'm like, you know what? Let me give that to her.
I was about to ask you, it was before the hair or after the hair? Which one are you going with? Because some men can't deal with the short look,
I don't have a problem with that. As long as you manage it, it's not looking like, you just did it just to get up and go. And
just to be some lazy shit.
You just leave it all, napped out like a cornfield or something like that. Then,
but that's the look. That's the style now.
That is kind of, it does fall into the look. But then there's a clean aspect of that look, with the whole...
You want her to have the line up and everything?
It would be nice.
Edged up and all that?
It depends. The lineup doesn't go with everybody. Sometimes some people have, some women have male features, and you get lined up, you kind of look like a dude a little bit.
Facts.
You know, but
very few people can pull that stunt off.
That's true.
So hold on.
She did it.
Tiff, who's your beta week?
All right, so ladies, gents, I always leave you with a good one. Today I'm going with the king of the South, T.I.
Okay.
You know why? Because I saw a picture of him. Like, it was like a before and after, because he used to be real skinny, real frail, and now he put on weight. Well, he's getting older.
How much weight did he gain?
Well, he significantly put on weight over time. He's not as skinny as he used to be.
Guess, yeah.
So anyway, before and after, and it's just, you see the growth of T.I. He just looks good right now, and I'm liking the fact that they're trying to save their marriage and all that good stuff. So, Tiny, you better hold on to him if you can.
Shit.
I know he still be dipping and doing his thing, but
technically, I don't look at other women when I'm in my house, and but anyway.
So T.I. is my bae of the week. So we want to know, who are you crushing? Who's your bae of the week? All right, so we got Shalizi in the building. You got the new EP, Halal Music.
Halal Music.
How did that come about? Tell us. I listened to it yesterday and today.
Okay, cool.
Shout out to Tidal. I could just keep playing it and playing it.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Thank you for the new video distribution title. Appreciate you on that.
That's what's up. That's what's up.
December 19th, streaming on Tidal, Vivo, and Apple Music.
Look at you.
And shout out to Steve Stout too. For
nice.
making all that possible.
Nice.
Big things happening.
Hey man, we hanging on. We holding on.
That's how you gotta do it.
Big things are going.
Big things coming. So tell me about the making of Halal Music. How did it come about? The title.
Right. So what I generally like to do when I'm working on these projects, I mean, if people haven't caught on, I like to make EPs because as like an up and coming artist, I feel like it's important to give, the attention spans in music today are so short.
Right.
Facts.
You have to be able to come in and give your best impression, dip out,
right,
and keep reproducing, and also a cost-efficient way as an independent artist to really put your material out.
That's smart.
And as an artist myself, I feel like it's my conscious duty to represent who I am and where I come from. So that's why a lot of the projects that I put out have like a Middle Eastern twist to it. So from whether it's Quran Chronicles, whether it's Live at the Mecca, and now Halal Music, it's just another way of showing off culture. A lot of people, especially growing up in New York City, they've been accustomed to like halal food, like chicken over rice took over. It beat the hot dog. It kicked the hot dog's ass. It's over now.
I'd rather have that than a hot dog.
Exactly. So I wanted to add that to my repertoire and bring a piece of our culture in there and put it to the forefront and mix it with my music. It's Halal Music.
I love it. I love the art cover.
Thank you.
It's awesome. It's authentic. People want to do the same thing over and over. It becomes redundant. It's tired. So that's what's up.
Thank you.
Now I'm gonna have a question real quick. Now you're Middle Eastern, right?
Yes.
What part exactly?
Iran.
Yeah. Do you feel like it's tougher for you to be part of this industry being from Iran, or do you feel like the culture has adopted you into it?
Well, I think the difficulty becomes because I'm singing, the way I'm beating my drum is different. Because, for instance, you got a guy like a French Montana who's from Morocco, right?
Right.
But his angle, he's from the streets.
Right.
That's his thing. You know what I mean?
His lane.
So, he was able to cross over and be taken in a little easier. But for me, because I'm coming in with a whole new dancing style, not so much a new dancing style, but it's more of the content and what I'm saying in it.
More conscious.
It's more conscious, so it takes a little more time for people to gather around more.
Especially nowadays. Okay, I get that. I get that.
Who's your top 5?
Man, my top 5.
Question.
It's interesting. My top 5 is I always debate between I can't give you like a number one, but I'll give you the 5, and I'll tell you like my little reasonings and stuff. So like obviously let's get Big and Pac out the way. But let me just mention, I love Pac because, his passion and, like, the message that he had in his music was incredible. I love Big because I think he's the most complete MC of all time, and people like we go back and forth on that one, but I just think Big just had it all, man. He just had the swagger, he had the elegance, he had the delivery, he had all the mechanics that you were looking for.
He was ahead of his time.
Yeah, and he was just killing it on all different styles too. Like he wasn't just killing it on a street tip. He was singing, he was rapping to the ladies.
Right,
he was killing it in the club, like, and he's just doing it at the highest level of MCing.
Facts.
So for me, that's how I always angle my argument when I say Big. To me, was like whoa, and then obviously Hove. I mean, I just think it's incredible.
Say that again.
Hove.
Say it again.
Hove. Yeah,
that's my favorite.
I tell people all the time, man. It's crazy when you get into this industry and things. Like, it's not until later on you realize, like, wow, like
how dope someone is.
Yeah,
the
like
gems they've been dropping.
The gems he's been dropping, and at what time in his life he was dropping those gems, and how ahead he was. And he was rapping about the industry the whole time. Right. So it's like, but it wasn't until like I got in and I was like, oh, you want to be in the public, send your budget. Fuck it. I ain't budget. I'm like, oh, yeah, you funny, ho. You funny.
Clever. Very clever.
Right. And then, of course, I got to go with Nas. I think, again, you're talking about somebody who came in early, 17, 18. It was just like, whoa. He just took the spectrum to a whole other level and things. And then, of course, then I'm going to go with my fifth is Rakim, because,
okay.
Yeah.
How old are you?
I'm 27.
27. So you must have just had a birthday, if you don't remember.
Yeah.
27. Okay.
Yeah. Rakim.
Rakim.
Nice. That's a nice list.
That's a nice list.
I mean, some people say, it's a safe list. It's a safe list. Go.
But they the GOATs.
Yeah, but like, I mean, it's just like, I don't know what to tell you, but like, I can't sit there and tell you somebody else. Those five to me were like pillars. Like,
so how'd you find Rakim to be part of your top five?
How'd I find Rakim? Well, it was when I started when I was like 13, because I like to, around that time, I like to go like behind and stuff and see like what was like
to study the game,
what came before all that stuff. So
a lot of people don't do that. That's amazing that you say that, because people just focus on the here and now, and what's popping now, and they try to run with that. But you studying the game.
Yeah, I was always very curious about like the people who came before, like the roots of it, and then I was able to at an early age like connect everything. Like, oh, he got his style from him, and he got his style from him, and it was incredible, like the branch and stuff. But I know like a lot of people, especially like today, they're not like, especially like what's going on today with hip hop. You got a lot of young acts that they'll say, yeah, I never heard Big before.
Right.
What? Like
blasphemy.
You know what I'm saying? But like, yeah, exactly. For me, it's just kind of like, I don't understand that. Like, how could you not like?
You can't be
embrace the history.
Yeah,
I mean, but see, things like that usually happen when you have, your folks at home. If they're not playing the oldies, then you don't have that background,
that
of
reference.
you don't have that reference.
Yeah.
Right. So you just go with what's playing on the radio, and that's your background, and this is where you started from.
Yeah, and I think also another thing too was, a lot of the dudes that I was listening to growing up, they would always drop a line or two that would kind of pay homage to you go back, and it's not. But you have to really pick apart. Can I curse?
Absolutely.
Okay. I'm sorry. You could pick apart shit, and you can be like, oh, okay, he was mentioning Slick Rick or something. Like all right, like I love to use Hope examples too much, but like it was like once upon a time, not too long ago. I didn't realize until I picked up. I was like, oh, then I heard a Slick Rick joint. I was like, oh shit, like but that's where it is.
So that's your top five. Are you feeling anybody current day?
Oh man, I love current day stuff too. I don't like to sound. I hate when people make me think like I sound like an oldie or whatever too much, because I embrace the 90s because it's like my favorite era.
Don't worry, there's a market for it.
Absolutely.
But I honestly do like some of the new stuff. Like I love Cole, of course. I think what he does, and I just think the growth that he's had throughout his albums, from coming out of mixtapes into albums, and you've seen the growth of him being an album artist has been incredible. I think you look at guys like Kendrick, of course, who's grown tremendously. He's like in hitmaker mode now. Who else I got? I'd say like guys like Logic, and then even some of the trap rappers. I'm like,
you like it?
It's good.
I can take it.
It's a vibration. You need it. I've always said you need to have the party records. I mean, I'm cool. Like, yes, let's be conscious. Let's do the right thing. Let's be on our 444. But
sometimes
at the same time, I want to drip too hard.
Yeah,
I like what Lil Baby's doing right now.
See, I can take them in dosage. I'm a little older than you, so it's like I can't get with all of it. And I gotta be in a certain mood to hear.
And I still want to hear words that
make
sense.
And I gotta understand what you're saying.
This is where you come in.
Yeah. So you're the gap.
I bridge the gap.
You bridge the gap, and it's so funny because I have young kids, and I'm like we did a road trip for Thanksgiving, and I'm playing Biggie, I'm playing Jay, and I'm playing Mary J. Blige. I'm playing the stuff that I grew up on, and I'm like, I feel so bad for you guys because you don't know what real music is. Right. You think Drake is the Messiah, and Drake is good.
Drake is good.
To my daughter, he is everything, and I'm like, so it's like,
but it's up to us.
You got to,
you got to keep playing that old joint, so so that they know that there's a difference between music and music.
Of course,
but it makes you to appreciate the gods, the goats. You gotta have some of this other music because when I hear Lil Baby or whatever, a Little Yachty, I'm like, damn, put that whole record on because it makes you appreciate it even more.
Yeah,
no, for sure.
On your new EP, you sampled Wu-Tang's Ice Cream beat.
I did.
So what was that? What was the influence to do that?
Well, being that the Wu-Tang Clan is my favorite rap group ever, and also being that I'm originally I grew up in Staten Island, and stuff.
Staten Island,
yeah.
Sorry.
So automatically is it was a match made, and I know it's the popular pick, but Ice Cream, it really be my favorite Wu-Tang record.
Really?
That beat was...
Protect Your Neck?
I like Protect Your Neck.
I think he must have turned on the radio and he heard the Ice Cream. What is this?
That was the shit, though.
So it gets engraved.
Yeah. That was definitely shit. I wanted to know because the last song on your EP, I don't know the name of it, but it's like
Love.
With
Jarrell Johnson. Yeah,
his voice is incredible.
He is. And the funny story about meeting Jarrell, I actually went to one of his shows. It was at a Harlem Nights bar on 45th, and we came over there, and I was actually going to support somebody else that day. And Jarrell got up on that stage, and I'll never forget it. He got up on that stage, and he was like, I'm not going to lie, I'm actually kind of really nervous. And he came out there, and when I tell you he tore it down, I came up by the stage, I was like, yo, I got to chop it up with him real quick. And then, we came over, I gave him dab. I was like, man, this is incredible. Yo, I'd love to work with you on something. And from there, took down a number, and he came to the crib. I got my own setup.
Nice.
We let it rip, and then that's how all this love happened.
That song is, and I like the song. I love his voice. And my thing is this: how do you balance? Because that's obviously a song geared toward the females. Because I was like, oh, this is my lane, and I'm jamming. How do you balance being able to make different type of records?
Well, that's one of the things is. This is actually that formula that I learned from studying the greats and stuff. It's one thing I learned is again, I'll bring it back to Hov again. He'll come out with a record. He'll have a little something for everything. He'll have something for the streets. He'll have something for the ladies. He'll have a little something for the club. So I always try to keep it in mind. Everything that you do is being conscious of your audience and stuff. So I'm not saying you gotta be the boss down player, get every girl in the club, but you have to have a little something that's going to accommodate certain audiences, and I think as an artist, when you study your analytics and who your fans are, right? And from my case, if you're okay, a lot of dudes from this age to this age like you, and it's more than the girls, you're okay, we gotta incorporate them too.
Absolutely. Can't leave them hanging because they buy records.
Yeah. So let me ask you this. Do you already have tracks written out and then you spit them out to a beat, or do you hear a beat first and then write something to it?
Beat first. I
that's original.
Yeah, I mean, I like to really just, you gotta give me the canvas so I can play on it. That's really how I like to do it. Is to strike that emotion, or when you hear freedom, when you hear the dude go freedom, like
freedom,
and it's automatically like in my mind now. I'm like, okay, now I got a direction. I know how I want to attack it. I'm inspired. Let's go. You know.
And the dude that was singing freedom, his name is Gemini.
Young Gemini. Shout out to Young Gemini. Yeah, he definitely did his thing.
Yeah, that's dope. King Chuck is not here, right? But King Chuck's asked this one question, and you can plead the fifth because wifey's in here.
It's gonna be a tough one.
But
do you fuck your fans?
No, I don't. Straight up, I don't.
Never.
No, I've never fucked. Well, before I met you. Before I met you. I'm keeping it on.
No problems.
Before I met you. Way before I met you.
That's the $1 million question that King Chuck asks. I don't want wifey to start punching the Uber, you know. But because when you start bubbling and you start knowing your fans and female fans, they start just throwing it at you.
I mean, you find out their pussy's on Velcro. You know what
I
mean?
How do you deal with that? And especially since you're in a relationship, how do you maneuver that, balance that?
Well, I think one thing about, at least from my rise, is, you know, everything is like from level to level, and you feel your growth as an artist. You feel like, okay, you see when people are like taking notice that your work is taking off. So as that's slowly happening, you kind of like, what I try to do is remind myself that I still ain't shit, and I gotta work harder, and I don't care. I'm not trying to get distracted with all that other stuff. You know what I'm saying?
You're not trying to ruin. You're not trying to ruin whatever you got right
Exactly.
now.
Okay. You know,
because the power of the PUSSY.
Exactly, and the other most important thing is good to throw out is, like, don't get me wrong, I've been behind the scenes in this. There are a lot of beautiful women in this, but on the outside, you know what I'm saying? On the outside, you know. So definitely, it's like, you know what you got and it's good. Just
stick with it.
Don't play yourself. Don't play yourself.
I like that answer. He answered honestly. This is Convo 69. Convo 69. If you missed any of our previous Convo, go to SoundCloud, go to iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, Podomatic. Check out our videos on YouTube. Shalizi.
Yes.
You ready to get into some of our convos? Some of the shit we talk about?
Listen, forget about me now.
No. We gonna bring everything into full circle. So we'll bring you back full circle and finish it out with you. So, one of my favorite things that I like to watch right now is Jada Pinkett Smith's YouTube show. No, it's Facebook show, Red Table Talk. So
I said round table. Parts of that.
Last week they had Toni Braxton on the show.
Okay.
And Toni Braxton basically said when she was going through her divorce, she thought that men were the new bitches. Mm-hmm. Right? And the reason why she said that is because she had to pay alimony to her husband. Mm-hmm. So my question to you guys is, do you think that when you are going through a divorce and a female makes more money, that the man should be entitled to funds from his ex-wife, or should he man up and go make his own money? And Shalizi, since you are the guest, what is your thoughts?
Well, I mean, it's an interesting thing because it's like, are we not playing double standards? Because if we're not paying double standards, then it's fair game. Then, you know, males should be entitled. But if we're just saying for everybody, hey, go get a job, male or female, then.
So you don't see anything wrong. I'm gonna play devil's advocate. You see nothing wrong with the man taking the money from the fund, taking my money from my old bitch,
baby.
Do I seem as anything wrong? I think there's something wrong when man or woman plays that card. That's my opinion. You know what I'm saying? I think it's a systematic problem.
I was gonna say
and
that.
It was actually real funny that you mentioned this because we did have a conversation about this maybe yesterday. We did go back and forth about this, but I do feel like the way the system is set up, it's been designed for, you know, yes, in most cases the woman is asking for money or a certain amount of money or a ridiculous amount of money, and I think the whole system is really fucked up. You know, I think yes, if you and your other half can't get to some type of level of understanding,
right?
Absolutely, take it to the court.
Yeah.
Let the judge. But if you guys can just, I think that should be the last resort. Like, there's no way of communicating with this person.
It's done.
It's done. It's slow, But if it's the first option, like, I know you got money,
let's
go.
Cut me a check.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with your point. My thing is, it's so easy for women to do it. The thing is, you get adjusted to a certain lifestyle, right? So all of a sudden, now you realize, oh shit, I'm about to go back to wearing flat heels and, and I gotta go back and do the basic shit when I've been living this life for at least 2 to 3 years. And now you want to continue this life and hopefully, you make it to a certain point where you can generate some type of, income for yourself,
right?
To get to that point to level yourself out. Like you said, I think it should be fair game. If a woman is able to do it because of change of lifestyle, then at this point, if you grab onto me as a woman and you've been providing this lifestyle to me, you can't just toss me over the curb just because.
But you were a grown-ass man.
You are a grown-ass man. And I was grown where we met. And you were grown where we met. So if...
I knew your circumstance. That you didn't have it before we got together.
But here's the thing, though. Here's a conundrum. Why is it okay for a rich dude to pick up a broke chick, right? And turn it into something. But when there's a rich chick picking up a broke dude, all of a sudden it's a problem.
But this is the thing. Let's just go back to Tony Braxton's and Carrie Lewis situation.
Not saying that the guy's always broke.
And I get you, but let's just stick to their situation, right? She's a singer, right?
Yeah.
She's made money. She has had problems with money, but she can get a check.
Right.
He is no short change either. He's not like
He's
nobody.
Right.
He's not a slouch. That's what I was looking for.
Right.
He comes from mint condition. They're always on tour. They're always making money. They have had records, have made money. So you have the ability to go out and make money, have an income. So if we divorce and we separate, why do I have to make sure that you're good? I can see if we do a one-time check, but if you looking for the mail every week, looking for that check to hit your account,
right?
I have a problem with that.
At that point, I agree with you. If you already had your own success, you already had money coming, then you should not be wanting to have alimony from...
Yeah.
I get that. I'm 100% with you.
That kind of gives me the vibes of what's happening with Cardi and
Offset
too.
If that's really happening, it might be some bullshit, some nonsense. It's just all for speculation, whatever. Because listen, there was a video she put out that said, "Look, he ain't going nowhere. Bomb ass pussy, bomb ass lips. He ain't going nowhere." So,
that's before he tried to have a threesome with
No. This was put out 2 or 3 days ago.
Okay.
So listen, I mean that's another story.
That's another story for another day. But you're able-bodied. That's all I'm saying. You're able-bodied and you have made money before. Why can't you go back to doing that? Right. Why do you have to wait for my checks to clear? That's all I'm saying. We can hit you off with a nice package. You know how they lay you off?
Severance package.
I give you a little severance pack. You go about your business. But after that, you a man. You should be able to get back on your feet and do what you need to do. You have made money. You've made money. You could put on a show. You play instruments.
Right.
You're an entertainer.
At that point, like I said, I agree with you. But if you're coming from nothing and you got your lifestyle just changed and whatever, then I'm not saying go ahead and do it. But
yeah, I think all the circumstances are interesting. Yeah, like the Tony Braxton example is really valid, and then your example was valid too, because it'll be a lot of the times, right? You'll have a situation where you're an athlete or whatever. You get a girl pregnant or whatever, or they call it quits. Now she wants half of
ridiculous
what you
amount of money.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know I couldn't say if that was necessarily fair. I'm all for accommodating, but for
don't try to dry me.
Yeah.
Don't try to dry my well.
Yeah.
The only time I think it's but I'm not talking about the alimony. I'm talking about if a couple builds something together.
Completely different.
It's completely different.
Because we built this together.
So we're gonna split that.
But if I got my ones, you got your ones.
Right.
We separate. It's a clean break.
You
need some get on your feet money? I got you.
Agree with this whole term of Toni Braxton feeling like the men
are the new
bitch.
bitches. Look at
You
Mary
know,
J.
on
Blige.
yes.
Her ex-husband, he trying to drain her. And I understand now, she took him from rags to riches. Right. So, I understand there's a lifestyle. But then he put, he got to pay this for his kids. That ain't her kids. He got to have a private chef. No, you don't. He needs to work out.
There's exaggeration.
It's on the top, that extra shit that they be doing.
Maintaining a lifestyle.
I don't agree with that. Yeah. So that I kind of agree with Toni Braxton when she said men were the new bitches.
I agree.
In that sense.
In that sense, yes, I agree.
So let us know. What's your thoughts? Is Toni B wrong for saying that men are the new bitches? Is she right? Do you somewhat agree? We want to know. Share your thoughts.
It smells like some steamed broccoli in here. What the fuck is
He's
going
cooking
on?
his dinner.
God damn.
I wanted to talk about someone by the name of, I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, but I'm going to try my best. Rania Youssef. Do you know who that is?
I know.
Has that peaked? No? Okay. Rania Youssef, she's an Egyptian actress.
Okay.
And she's facing up to 5 years.
For what?
She went to a film festival. Now, she's Egyptian. She was in Egypt, and she was at a film festival, and she was half naked, ass out, breast out.
What's her name?
Renee, I'm going to show you the picture.
Probably look like that damn. Go ahead.
Obviously, it's a very conservative country. It's a Muslim country. You don't do that. You cover up. I know. I went to Egypt 3 years ago, and I'm an American, and I had on my shorts, but I was trying to be respectful, even though it's hot as hell in there. When I went into the mosque, you got to cover up from head to toe.
Right.
So she's facing 5 years for what she wore
in Egypt.
Yes, in Egypt.
Okay, well, they are pretty strict about their...
Absolutely.
Okay.
So I'm going to show you the outfit, but do you think they need to change the laws in regards to that? Or is that something that she should have expected? So this is her outfit.
And she wore that in Egypt?
I'm looking at it right now. So this is the one that they're giving it 5 years for?
Yep, she's facing
her thighs are showing?
Yep. You can't really see the backside, but you can kind of see her backside.
Yeah.
That's too much in Egyptian culture, the Muslim culture. Like I told you, when I went to Egypt and me and a hubby, we went to an excursion in Hurghada, and we went snorkeling. Mm-hmm. The bathing suits is like a latex
full dress.
I'm not lying. So I come in with my little shit.
That's even for the visitors?
No, this is what they wear. I wasn't wearing that. I'm not Egyptian, but this is what they wear. And I'm looking, I was like, it's like 105 degrees, and this is their bathing suit.
Right.
So if you know that's your culture, why would you think that that's cool to do that?
But there's always somebody willing to push the boundaries to set other people free. So maybe that's what it was. And plus, she's an actress. I think they should give her a pass.
She's not in the U.S.
I get it. But she understands her culture, and which I'm sure you guys got similar cultures, right?
We have similar.
And I know it could be very dangerous for somebody to take the risk to try to, put more out than their eyes and stuff like that. But, jeez, 5 years in jail.
5 years.
I mean, look.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of them situations where it's like, in one sense, yeah. I mean, is it excessive? Yes, it's excessive. To put somebody in jail for being a little too revealing and things. But at the same time, those governments don't play.
They don't.
Yeah, but you know what? Okay, you know what? She did know what she was going to do and what can happen if she went specifically to the show in Egypt. If she had done it here, they can't charge her for something she did.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Right.
But in the law of the land, you know what it is. You're Egyptian, right? You know what the law of the land. And she wrote an apology letter. Is that sufficient? Are they just gonna give her a slap on the hand and say, "Oh, go about your business, just don't do this again"?
But you understand, if they give her a slap on the wrist, it's gonna provoke for the whole nation now to try to push the boundaries until it becomes something. And maybe these women do want to just get out this whole cloak they're wearing and
listen, I understand.
bathe in the sun in a little bit.
I was there.
Is it our culture to accept that? Yes. Do they want that? Maybe. I don't know. But it's tough because you're talking about a different country's culture now. And if you know what it is, do you just...
But this is what I'm saying. It's not like it's American woman going over there and doing this in a different
They'll
land.
let you do it.
This is an Egyptian woman doing it in her own country. So you know the laws. It's a little different. When I went over there, they looking at me like I'm a little retard. They're looking at me all eyes because they don't see people like this. But I'm like, I'm not
They're
Egyptian.
looking at you like a piece of meat, first of all, because they don't see that much of
Exactly. Exactly. That too. But the point being, it's still, the women are even looking at me like this.
I wish I was her.
I want freedom, you know. So
are you saying that it's okay that she got 5 years, or are you saying
no?
she's been accepted?
Well, they haven't indicted her. She's just been charged. She hasn't been sentenced to 5 years.
Trust me, this is gonna spark a whole new generation of arguments, and they're gonna give some type of leniency towards her, which is they know is gonna cause a whole outbreak of now arms and thighs showing and
little hips.
You know.
Listen, I understand, but you gotta. When you're in Rome, you do what Romans do.
Right.
So she knows what time it is.
Yeah, I mean, you know, it's one of them situations where it's like you gotta be careful with Middle Eastern governments.
Absolutely, they don't play.
Yeah, they don't play, and it's not one of those like, you know, can we negotiate? They're just on some. They'll give you a hard time.
Yeah, they will make your life hard.
Yeah, they'll give you a hard time.
Now, this is slightly off topic. When was the last time you've been? Have you ever been?
Yeah.
When was the last time you
Last time I went when I was 18.
Were you born there?
No, I wasn't born. I was born here.
Okay.
But
first time going was 18.
No, I used to go like periodically.
Okay.
So like when I was born here, like every summer we would basically go back home and stuff. The only reason why I can't go back often is because I got dual citizenship there. So it's a situation where when you're 18 in Iran, you have, you know how we have like community service after high school or whatever. Like you gotta actually serve the army over there.
Oh wow!
So it's one of those.
So but you're born here, so which means you're not really tied down to.
I'm not, but because I have a dual citizenship there. And this is where we reach the gray area, depending on the politics and who's in power and all that stuff. I mean, they can decide to. So
you can go there and get stuck and be somebody shooting guns and shit.
You might get stuck there, like or basically give you a hard time, like you can't go back. You got to stay here. You got a citizenship. Oh, we got to review this with the board and see what.
Don't go, because Trump ain't letting your ass back.
Do you think you have some type of leniency because you are now an artist and you're promoting not just yourself but the country also? Do you think that they would kind of like just let you slide? You know, just like they had Muhammad Ali. They wanted him to join the army. But because of what he represented and stuff, you know, they were like, okay, so do you think that would be an issue, or it can be one of the things that actually stops you from joining the military over there?
I don't know if that's gonna really stop too much. I would have to have like a Muhammad Ali kind of buzz.
Status.
Right. You know what I mean?
Okay.
There's levels to this.
That's Clay, man. He's on a different level.
For sure. Good question. I like that. I wanted to talk about something else before we get into our drink of the week.
Hey.
And since you're the only one drinking, you will have to make the assessment. Another convo I wanted to touch on briefly, but before I do that, it's this Convo 69. So make sure you're following us on SoundCloud, Stitcher, Podomatic, so many iTunes, YouTube. Check out our videos. Leave that
5-star rating, baby.
All right, make sure you join in, and make sure you check out our guest, Shaleezy. What is all your handles? How can people get in contact with you on your social media?
I'm consistent with it, baby. Shaleezy, SHAHLEEZY. Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube. I'm everywhere. Same simple
title. That's how I got on. Title
all day.
Spotify, and they can find all your music on all the different
platforms. It's there.
That's what's up. I wanted to talk about Jimmy Butler. So, do you follow sports? Are you a sports person?
I like sports.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler, he's making money. He's making millions of dollars, and he's about to be a free agent at the end of the season, so he's going to re-up again.
Yes.
So, if you don't know his background, he was kicked out of his house by his mom when he was 13 years old.
Yeah.
Right? He was raised by a foster mom up until he made it to the NBA. So he now takes care of his foster mom, but he doesn't really have that type of relationship with his mom. So someone in a Facebook group, they basically was asking, shouldn't he be taking care of his biological mom because she gave him life? And even though she kicked him out at 13, that's still his mother. So My question to you guys, do you feel that he's obligated now that he's in a position to do so, to take care of his mom?
You want to go first, or you?
I mean,
he's the guest.
Go ahead.
I think I really think it depends on the kind of relationship that he has with his biological mother. You know what I'm saying? Like if she was still in contact with him and still consistent with him, because I mean, it's times where, you know, a mother or a father can't take care of the kid, and they might have to make that decision a decision that's not popular to give their child up for a better life.
True.
Right,
you know.
Right.
So if it's a situation where Jimmy and his biological mom were always in contact, and cool, absolutely. You know what I mean? Because it takes a lot to raise a kid. So
absolutely,
you know,
that's true.
Amazing.
My take on it is this: we don't know what the first 13 years were like.
Mm-hmm.
If it was just horrible, and it just so happens by the grace of God, you know, she kicked him out, you know, then maybe he doesn't feel like he needs to look back. You see what I'm saying? Because, like I said, we don't know what them 13 years were like. If they were pure hell, and she was just basically degrading and hope that he was, and wish that he wasn't here, or, you know, then...
Well, I think she battled with addiction. I think, you know, she had a...
So that means she wasn't there physically nor mentally.
Well, she could have been there physically, just not
she might have
mentally.
been there physically, but she's not there to actually do anything for you. I mean, we don't know.
Yeah.
But at this point, somebody would have to be in that position for them to make a decision as to, you know, who to take care of and who not to, or whatever. It's a tough one.
It is a tough one. We don't know the circumstances. But my question to you guys, playing devil's advocate, when you become in a position where you can take care of someone, especially let's just say if that person did have a addiction, whether substance, whether alcohol, whatever the case may be, and now you're in a position to say, hey, I want you to live a better life. I'm in a position to help you, get you some counseling, get you some help, whatever the case may be.
Or maybe he tried. Maybe he tried, and she just, you know, blew it off. And, you know,
addiction
we don't know.
Is a hard thing.
Absolutely,
addiction is a tough, very tough thing. It's a mental thing. So it's like all the money in the world can't
fix that until the person's ready to do it. But what do you think, though?
I think we don't know the circumstances, but I think that if she did have an addiction, and like you said, it's hard to shake it. Sometimes you live with that addiction for the rest of your life because it's mental. You got to be able to physically be strong, mentally be strong to get over those urges. Wanting absolutely. So we don't know the situation, but if it's just a matter of addiction, but I loved you, I gave you away because I needed you to have a better life, I needed you to be better than this, what I can give you, then I'm there. Me personally, I think I would be there for my mom or whoever.
Right.
But like I said, you don't know if it was a child abuse.
We don't know.
We don't know the situation.
And the fact that she kicked them out by 13, which means like she really didn't want to do this anymore. So, you know,
like, fuck you.
Which means that from 1 to 13, I mean from 0 to 13, she's like, nigga, I wish you weren't born. Shit. You know,
and that happens.
It happens, and people, you know, either realize later on that they made a mistake, or they were fine with that decision they made, and that's that. Yeah. So it's a tough one. But if your heart is converged to the person that took care of you from that point on, and you know they blew life into you, then some people will lean more towards
helping you out. Especially when you're sitting on M's and M's and M's. Well, you about to re-up.
I'm going to throw a sidebar, not to be racist or anything like that, but it just always seems to me it's just that white woman that saved the black kid.
She did.
You know,
it was a white woman.
Just like that football story. What's his name?
I don't know, but the movie is The Blind Side.
Yeah. You know, it's...
Well, they always want to adopt a kid from, like, Sierra Leone.
And you know what? But you know what? we I'm not saying that we thank them for that, but we don't want to put all white people in the same...
box
because there's some, I'm not trying to make it seem like they're like the superior kind or anything like that, but you know, when you're from a different race and you have somebody else from a different race,
right,
that takes you in, that has no idea what your culture is like, whatever, they take a gamble, you know.
They do.
Anyway,
It's a deep conversation.
Yeah,
we
can dig real deep in that one. That's
absolutely, because we can go on and on and on. So I want to know your thoughts. Do you think Jimmy Butler, now that he's able to do so financially, should he take care of his mom who kicked him out at the age of 13? We don't know the circumstances. But should he be obligated? I don't think obligated is the word, but should he?
Well, we don't know if he didn't try, but I think naturally somebody would want to try to help that person, no matter regardless of their relationship.
Absolutely,
try to see them do better, and
I agree.
At least you tried. If it doesn't work out,
all right. So Convo 69, we got Charlize in the building. Halal Music EP is on all the platforms, so go check it out, put it on repeat, and go check out the previous EP, Live at the Mecca.
Live at the Mecca.
That's the one with Freedom on it.
Yeah. Charlize, you got that dope.
So
I got that halal dope.
Absolutely. So go check them out. One more thing before we get into our drink of the week, and then we get into Cut 'Em Loose, and we get to our song of the week, which is Immigrant Stream. Okay, I can fuck that up. But I wanted to know, do you think this is a thumbs up or thumbs down? So this was brought to my attention by you. So thumbs up or thumbs down? Do you know the name of Alton Mason? Does that sound familiar to you?
Alton Mason.
Obviously, you will know.
Alton Mason. That's that black kid. That first. He's the first black male model for Chanel.
Correct. Okay. In 109 years.
109 years of being established business. He's the first black model
to walk in a runway.
That's amazing.
So
is it amazing?
I mean, you know, from what it had to, the shit that you had to go through to make it like that.
Yeah, but here's the thing though. Here's my problem with this situation. It's great that this kid is the one that, you know, I'm not gonna say break the barrier.
But why did it take 109 years?
Why did it take 109 years when we're all out here rocking Chanel belts and, you know, niggas work a whole week
just to get that one
belt.
And being that, you know, black folks have been trendsetters.
We have, and if I believe that if it wasn't for us, that brand would not have been as far as it has been. Yes, people are buying in Europe, France, and things like that, but the numbers that we're pulling out here, just to show off a little something is ridiculous. And the fact that it took 109 years for a black person to actually walk the runway.
That's why I'm saying thumbs down.
I'm saying
it's
thumbs
not
down.
A praise. Like it's like, but this is the shit that makes me pissed off and gets my blood going. It's because why do we look to be the number one or the first person walking in Chanel? Why can't we start creating our own brands?
I've been saying that.
And, you know, we do have brands and different designers, but we don't support them like we do Chanel.
They don't
support us. You had a very valid point when you said people save up their money to get that one belt. And no matter what outfit they wear, they got that one belt. But there's so many dope designers. And one thing that I liked, Tracy Ellis Ross, she hosted the Emmys, Oscars, one of those little white shows. I don't know
white
which
award
one.
shows.
Yes, exactly. So what was so dope is that every time she changed into a minority designer.
That's
so
dope.
It could have been Hispanic and it could have been black, whatever.
Right.
So she had a lot of changes, and they were all black designers. Well, not black, but minority designers.
Right.
And that's what we need to do. Put them on the spotlight. Put them on the platform so that they can blow. We don't have to pray to the Chanel gods and the Gucci gods. And
that's why I think them shits is overrated. It's usually the same color. It's just a different stitch on a different garment.
But we died for those shits. We died for those.
And not for nothing, but a lot of the times, a lot of those high designer brands, it's like, especially in hip hop, like artists wear those clothes, and obviously it's mostly black people who wear it. And then, for instance, like Tommy Hilfiger, I ain't trying to name drop, but you got Tommy Hilfiger who'll sit there and say, well, I didn't make my clothes for
black people.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's crazy. And then the crazy part is once people stopped wearing Tommy, it went down.
Absolutely. We had the power.
Same thing with Cristal. Everybody had Cristal in the music videos. And then the guy who owned Cristal just said, oh, why all these, he was talking about why he didn't do it for black people to do.
It's funny how they always say it after we done blew it up, though. We blew it up, and then they come out with, we didn't make this for y'all.
And free advertisement.
Free advertisement. That's the shit that bothers me. We've been rocking this shit for years.
It's true.
And we make a big deal out of it, and still yet, there's no sponsors. There's no
we're not getting a check for it.
There's no check.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And then now, I think their sales probably starting to go down. That's why they decided to put one black kid in there. And now it's like, they got a black person in there. So now a lot of black people are going to go like, now they got a black male model in there. So now they're going to go back and start buying Chanel again.
Even Supreme. Jim Jones, like a few months back, he made this big stink about Supreme needing to cut them a check, because way back in the day when Dipset really started popping, they was rocking Supreme when nobody else was.
Right.
Had them in the music videos, had them on, different shoots that they was doing.
And I'm so glad you brought up Supreme, because if you guys do your research on Supreme, have you ever asked yourself who owns Supreme?
I don't really care for Supreme items, so I'm not looking into it.
Company.
You would have thought, right? This is dope, because you would have thought, like, a name like Supreme and, like, the reputation that it comes, you thought it would be, like, some skateboarder, white kid or something. It was some old white guy. Corporate white guy.
Not surprised.
Who just took someone else's logo, remixed it, and did the red and white Supreme.
Right.
And started giving it to skateboard kids.
Okay.
And that's how it built. And then it started from the underground, and then guys like Jim Jones and Dipset, they started wearing it, and it took off. And he sold it for like $500 million.
What kind of white guy was he, though?
I mean,
he
was whiter than Wonder Bread white. Like,
was he white or was he?
I'm not like hip like Tommy from Power white. Like, I'm talking about like
that's like psychotic Tommy white. But I get what you mean.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like he was like, I don't know anything about this shit.
I'm raping the culture, basically.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'm
gonna rape the culture. Yeah. I'm gonna make my billions.
Yeah.
And you're gonna die, trying to get these items. Yeah. You're gonna, pay all this money for this.
Exactly.
But this is the thing, because we hold so much power and we don't utilize our power.
No, we don't understand the power. Like, I don't know why it's taking so long for people to understand that. Like, we are the numbers that they're looking for. If we don't do shit, the numbers go down. So let's shift the numbers to the right places, yo. Come on.
Facts. It's fact. It's just sad. Like, and this is the thing. Just not to dwell on it, but we'll have someone that's coming out, a local designer. Hey, look at my items. Hey, check this out. And they don't get the time today.
That's why I gave props to Michelle Obama when she was wearing a whole bunch of dresses in the beginning and stuff like that. She was wearing like local people that was just trying to get on, and she knew and understood the power that she had. So even the inauguration dress that she wore, it was, I think it was like an Asian kid or something like that. Oh, I like the whole black and red shit. That's my thing. But it was this local talent that just was looking for a chance, and she gave it to him.
Yeah, she gave a lot of people chances.
Right. So things like that need to happen. We need to understand the power that we hold. We are the numbers that they're looking for.
Facts.
Exactly.
Facts. Listen, let's get into our drink of the week. Ajax.
This one is by Smutty Nose. What a weird name. Smutty Nose Brewing Company. This one's called Finest Kind IPA with an old man sitting next to it. I'm not too sure about this old man though. But like if King Chuck was here, be like, look, we're seeking endorsements. All right. This one's very strong though. This IPA is very man-like.
Hair on your chest.
Yeah, so 6.9%, not bad.
It's a dark beer. It's an IPA.
Well, it's actually pretty light, but as far as the taste tastes like a dark beer.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
So
that is it a thumbs up?
It's a thumbs up for me. I drink, so it's a thumbs up for me, dog.
All right, so
Chuck.
King Chuck, we miss you, brother. See you next week. All right, So now we're gonna get to Cut 'Em Loose. So because you're here, this Cut 'Em Loose is basically made because of you. Because you grew up in Staten Island.
Yes.
Right? Wu-Tang was your favorite group.
Yeah.
Ice Cream is the beat.
Yeah.
Right?
Okay.
Cream, Wu-Tang has so many hits.
I mean, there's so many hits.
Yeah, so many. But Ice Cream was your shit, and you sampled the beat for your EP. What was the name of the song?
Wait, the song?
Yeah.
Oil Money.
Okay.
Oil Money. Wait. I want to ask a question. How did the clearing process go for that sample?
I'll holler at you later, Raekwon.
Okay, Raekwon did that.
Or.
All right. So because Shalizi's in the building, this Cut 'Em Loose is just for him. So we're gonna do Cut 'Em Loose Wu-Tang style.
Oh.
So I'm gonna name 4 Wu-Tang members, and you have to cut one.
Okay.
So we got Reza.
Okay.
Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer. Who are you cutting?
Raekwon.
Oh.
Got Raekwon.
RZA.
Meth. Ghostface.
Alright.
That's a good one.
Respectfully speaking, I'm gonna go with RZA. With all the
I think that's probably the best choice.
With all due respect.
With all due respect.
I think.
But
yeah,
I'm with him on that one.
But Reza did all the
No.
production.
That's what I'm saying. Incredible production.
How can you have a Wu-Tang class?
Wait.
It's the 36 chambers.
Let's refine the question before we
Reza.
actually find the answer. Are we talking about as far as rapping
No,
wise,
we're just
or as far
talking-
as position that they hold?
We're talking how everything that they embody, what they mean to Wu-Tang. Who are you cutting? Don't try to pull shit out.
Oh wait,
the air.
we talking about bars or we talking about who's the most?
That's what I thought. We was talking about
bars.
No, I'm talking about everything as a member. Who are you cutting? Everything that they bring to the table.
You know, that's kind of it's a very unfair question because RZA's holding down production. He's putting down.
You can't have Into the 36 Chambers without RZA.
He's putting down idea. If we're talking about bars, then it's easy to put RZA at the bottom.
Yeah.
Who are you cutting? So you sticking with RZA?
Oh my god!
You can't have. He did the whole production.
Yeah.
Protect your neck.
I'm de-micing myself. I quit. There's a mic.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know the sound is important. The sound is important.
It is.
So you sticking with RZA? Don't
So
change.
I'm here. I'm still anyway. You just
Are you gonna back up?
No, wait. But now that you put it that way, you have to really think about this. You said RZA, Method Man,
Raekwon,
Ghostface.
See, this is the thing, because the streets loved Ray. Like, it's just everyone was so special. Meth was the star. Like, Meth, you knew he was going to be the star. The ladies loved Meth.
I mean, he had his own track. He had his own track on the 36 Chamber album.
Yeah.
MECHOD, man.
Yeah.
All right, so.
Yeah.
Hey, you.
Wait. Okay, so Ghostface, RZA, Meth.
The list is not going to change.
I just want to make sure. RZA, Meth, Ghost, and Raekwon. It doesn't matter what you say, you're still gonna be wrong.
It's your opinion.
It doesn't matter because the way you ask the question, it just makes you kind of think of overall
the whole embodiment of
which is not
what
fair.
they bring.
It's not fair because RZA did a lot of the work, which is the putting together, the production, the delivery. Okay.
You just stick with RZA. You going with RZA?
No, because you flipped the question.
No,
you flipped the question.
I thought we was talking bars.
No.
Honest to God, I thought we was
Like, if it was bars, RZA's getting it.
Yeah.
But if we're talking about overall,
the importance to Wu-Tang. Who are you cutting?
I hate to say your name, man. I hate to say your name.
Yo, you know what? You're going to hell for this one.
I've been there a couple times. If you, up to you.
I'm gonna have to give it to Ghost.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I gotta give it to Ghost.
Gotta have to go with Ghost too on that one.
Yeah.
And I love Ghost style.
No,
but,
what?
But yeah.
You gotta give it to Ghost.
Yeah.
And Ghost had some of the best in and outs with Raekwon.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Hubby.
I'm sorry.
RZA, Method Man, Raekwon, Ghostface Killer. Who are you cutting?
Hey, Ghost, that shit easy.
Ghostface?
That shit easy. Hey, yo, not for nothing. You said it. Method, like you said, Method Man brought the women. Method Man had the first hip hop and R&B collabo with Mary J.
Yeah.
Like,
and wasn't the first verse?
It was the first single. Yeah.
That was dope as hell though.
Yo, Wu-Tang. That's a Wu-Tang stamp for Meth.
Okay,
Meth
I get that.
Meth had the movies. Meth had the first solo album.
Yeah.
Like
he was the star.
He was the star.
He was the star.
Okay.
There was no debate.
And then Raekwon, not for nothing.
He was the streets.
He was the streets. But yo, you think about like verses on Cash Rules and all that stuff like that. Every time Ray jumped on a record, everybody knew his verse. Yeah. Not for nothing. And Ray didn't need to shine. It's just
even though he didn't understand half his verse and what it meant, but at least you could repeat it.
And arguably, he had the best solo project.
Yeah, Cuban Links.
Only built for
Incarcerated Scarfaces forever, yo. That
solo project.
So
that project was bananas.
And I'm gonna talk about RZA. RZA got the Wu-Tang brand on everything. The clothing line, the movies.
Yeah, RZA just got his arm. He got it in a chokehold.
All right. So in a way, your question kind of makes sense, but still fucked up though. Tiff, who you going with?
This is hard.
Now, she gonna say RZA.
This is hard. I mean, you can't cut RZA because he's the mastermind. You can't. Yeah. The person that puts everything together, you can't cut. Meth is the star, but I don't think Meth is as lyrically inclined as Raekwon and Ghost. And when Ghost had All That I Got Was You, that was my shit.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Ghost had those moments.
But
if we're gonna talk about lyrically inclined,
to Cal,
Raekwon who was developing words as he wrote. Yeah. You know, a lot of shit that Raekwon talked about, a lot of people didn't understand that. He was just going off the whim and just slapping two words together and just making.
I'm gonna cut Meth because, like I said,
no right way to go about it.
You can't cut RZA. We all agree on that. Raekwon to me is the hardest lyrically out of all of them, and Ghost to me was like smooth with it. I know it's easy to cut Ghostface, and obviously that's what you did. Meth is the star, but I think after that first album, I didn't like 2.0. I didn't like To Cal 2.0. I thought that shit was whack.
I agree with you.
There was one song, the Make Up to Break Up song, but that was a female track that he was reaching for. But I wasn't feeling that. He kind of redeemed himself when he did the Blackout album with Redman.
Yeah,
but
classic.
Rock Wale on the beat, but
and don't forget Blackout too. That shit was dope too.
Absolutely. Then he did the movie, the whole Hollywood thing. But I'm gonna cut Meth just to be, my thoughts.
Okay. Listen, real quick. I just thought about something.
All right.
A lot of Middle Eastern people like to use the word Shah.
Yeah.
Which is usually a term of royalty and king.
Yeah. So
you using it because...
Yeah, I'm using that as a piece of like my culture. So just to give you a little backstory on like how I got the name Shah Leezy even to begin with. I wanted to incorporate a name that had a little piece of like identity for me, and also something that is reminiscent of hip hop. Like we've always had a lot of Shahs, maybe not Shah like in King, but we had Shah Money XL. We got Shah Glizzy. You know what I'm saying? So it was my way of paying back to hip hop with Shah. I didn't want to be like King Glizzy, like, you know what I mean?
Okay.
It's fucking cliche.
Yeah.
Like, so I wanted to do something where it's like with my people, like a part of our history. So Shah Leezy. Now where Leezy comes from is, so when I first started out in this business, I was an intern. I worked out of studios and things, and my real name is Ali. So I didn't really want to come in like Shah Ali or whatever, because when you Google Shah Ali, like there's a million fucking Shah Ali dudes from Pakistan and all this type of stuff. So my nickname in the studio was, they used to call me Alizy, and then after a while they dropped the A.
And it was just Leezy.
And it was just Leezy and stuff. And I gotta give credit, the person who did it was Uncle Murder. Uncle Murder gave me the nickname.
Dope.
So shout out to Uncle Murder for that.
But he changed his name, right? He's not Uncle Murder no more.
I mean, supposedly.
Yeah, he's always gonna be Murder in my heart, no matter what. But he's doing his thing. So yeah.
Speaking of Shah, let's give a shout out to Shah
the Beat Shop.
The Beat Shop, in Newark.
We about to get into the Beat Shop in a few seconds, but if you need to get them beats laid and all that studio stuff, hit up Shalik. The Beat Shop. I think he's at the Beat Shop.
At the Beat Shop.
At the Beat Shop. So Beat Shop, Nork, baby. So what's next, Shalizi? What's next for you? What shows are you gonna be out there performing? All that good stuff?
Definitely, we're gonna work on some new shows coming up, and I'll definitely let y'all know soon with that. The most important thing right now is just promoting my new project. We got the new visuals for Immigrant Stream out. The real goal is we want to get visuals for the last 2 records as well, for Oil Money and All This Love on my man Jarrell Johnson.
You gotta get that. That's a female track.
Yeah,
you know?
We're not playing around with
that.
Yeah,
you gotta make that happen. That's the one.
Check out Freedom. It's a dope ass track. Yo.
Yeah, I know that's not the newest one, but that's the one I'm in love.
Yeah, listen, we know what Freedom opened the doors a little bit and got everyone to look at us. So
featuring Young Gemini, check it out.
Yes, sir.
All right, so it is time for that song of the week.
Song of the week.
Immigrant's Dream.
Yes, ma'am.
Let's go to the Beat Shop.
We're about to check out. What's the name of the track?
Checking out Immigrant's Dream off my new project, Halal Music. It's your boy Shy Lees. You already know. Look how motherfucking street is, man. I can't do nothing. I can't go nowhere. Like my passport now fucking good. Shit. Like I'm a fucking animal or something. This is Halal music. I chop my heart, whip and serve it up out the cart. Who would've thought the saying nigga that you snicker at? Get it back, Rubik Cubes, go and figure that. Shy Van Gogh, paint the picture, can you picture that? Lil Leezy toothpick, shirt XXL, dreaming double XL. Magazine, used to have Rockefeller Killer Cam, pink Range Rover dreams, sitting in my lazy boy. Mama saying lazy boy, go get yourself a job, cause these lines won't pay you, boy. And that's what mama said, it's mama's side. And for her oldest child, victim of his selfish pride. Time flies by, friends become distant, stretching out for miles. We was close as inches, and we was in the trenches. Natural born hustler, all I know is how to get it. Told my team, we gon' get it in a minute.
Now tell me who you really fear. The man that wins the turban or the man that likes to share. The news like your favorite tune all up in your ear. 24/7 giving news you probably heard. The man who flips a key is like a man who flips a word. Planting in the seed that be bound to change your world. Standing up for few versus standing up for some. Everybody got an answer when the Grim Reaper come.
Post 9/11 era, sadly it got no better. I'm really out here in my world facing different terrors. Losing reality, constantly they battle me. Trying to tell the person I am what's my reality. Put me in a box, break out, I had to find a way out. Blueprinted the plan, I showed my folks the layout. Racist neighbors saying stay out. I could've went to war, but I learned petty change ain't a payout. I am more than a label, the sorcerer savior, the one that they favor. I run town, Young Lee's the mayor. It's payback season, you dudes still breathing. I'm charging cold crush numbers for those who ain't believe them. I'm a immigrant stream, split through the seams. Living proof you can rise through the roof, kept my shirt clean. Red pills and blue pills are cheap thrills made to keep the sheep that stand still. See why you think most of us is living in landfills? They rather show us pics of the president's scandal. So why should I take in the sadness, inhale your news, subscribe in madness in a world that I knew was tragic? I speak in past tense, I wrote this before they made my casket. I send this letter with a kite, hoping someone catches it.
Now tell me who you really fear. The man that wins the turban or the man that likes to share. The news like your favorite tune all up in your ear. 24/7 giving news you probably heard. The man who flips a key is like a man who flips a word. Planting in the seed that be bound to change your world. Standing up for few versus standing up for some. Everybody got an answer when the Grim Reaper come. To be continued, motherfucker.
Got one right there.
Fire. Who's on the production?
I'm very impressed.
Nice. Ajax.
Yo, listen, in the words of King Chuck, that's a thumbs up for me, dog.
Okay.
Shalik, Beat Shop.
I give it a thumbs up. That's dope. I like it.
Hubby.
Smooth.
That was one of the best records I've heard in a while.
Nice.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Nice.
100%.
Any supporting words, hubby?
She said
On blast.
She's like, yo, that record is yeah.
Yo, man.
Oh, man.
want to give a quick shout out to everybody that's tuning in right now. If you haven't been tuning in, tune the fuck in right now. Midnight Convo's podcast. It's incredible right here. I'm with my girl Tiffany. I'm with the whole crew right now. We killing it. Immigrant's Dream,
Halal
Shalizi,
music.
Halal music. Coming up next, Haram music. Let's go. And I give y'all the drop for the next project.
Absolutely.
And next time you just gotta bring the gyros,
Ajax.
man. Yeah. I'm gonna bring the halal food next time. I will. I'm gonna bring the
Y'all just had it before I came here. I'm Gucci.
Ajax, any parting words?
Listen, man. Live and let live.
Shalizi.
Peace to the gods.
Listen, this has been an incredible show. Make sure you go first check out Freedom, my favorite, and then go get the EP Halal Music on all platforms. We'll catch you next week.
Word up. Peace to the beat shop. Yeah.